I am here to share with you how I declutter. Here's 7 easy steps. Easy to remember, easy to do. Maybe. A simple step by step. Well, first of all, you have to pull out all the items. For example, empty a closet, and then sort by style, color, use, category. You sort away, and you create groups of items. So this is called organizing, in case you didn't know. Anyway, number 3 point is try not to linger too long on any memories, because if you stay too long, you will get derailed. Potentially, you'll get derailed from the process. Staying too long, reminiscing, and potentially you'll throw everything back into the cupboard thinking, well, this is too hard. Number 4 is avoid procrastination. You're just thinking about decluttering, but you're not actually getting to it. So dig in and start a timer even because maybe that will help motivate you. You realize, give yourself, let's say, 10 minutes. When my girls were young, we used to do this 10-minute cleanup. I'd set the timer, and whatever we managed to do in 10 minutes, that was it. And the cute thing about that was that the girls always rose to the challenge and lickety-split. We're, quickly putting things away. Neither one of them sat back and said, okay, I'm going to, put my Barbie dolls in a box and then I'm not going to do anything else. Because I did say to them, whatever you can accomplish in 10 minutes, that's it. And then we stop. But they always rose to the challenge. So if you set a timer for yourself, it's possible you're going to rise to the challenge. Okay, number 5 is set small goals for yourself. And that could be that 10-minute timer or 20-minute timer. Or there was a friend who said that he and his wife have this goal where they discard 3 items every week. And I thought to myself, after my 16 weeks or whatever of doing this, focusing on this and until I can go camping again, I thought, I need to pick up that little habit every week, discard 3 items until I realize or decide that I'm done. But it's a good goal. And it's manageable, and it's small. Everybody could do that. You know what I mean? You approach your life, and you look at the whole idea of decluttering, and you think, you open your closet door, for example, and you think, I need to get rid of these work clothes now because I'm not working, and I don't need all these clothes, and I certainly can't wear them. So even if each week you said, okay, 3 items have to go, and you pick 3, that is such a manageable goal and activity. See, when we approach things, we're thinking I need all this time to do it. And then we think about the whole, beginning and end goal, and it's too much. And so we end up pulling back and procrastinating. Yeah, I'm going to get to it. I'm going to do it sometime. And then we don't. So to avoid that, you set a small enough goal, a manageable goal for yourself so that you can actually reach it. So try that. 3 things a week. I love that. Thanks, Marty, for sending that one in. Number 6 is set up 3 boxes. Now, this is a traditional way of doing things. You have 3 boxes and you label them. This is what I'm going to keep, this is what I'm going to donate or sell, and this is what I'm going to discard. And really, the boxes are just a good visual to help you get organized, to help you start. So you start putting away certain things. For example, certain jewelry that I don't need, costume jewelry. It can go in the donate or sell box. Some of it can go into discard because some of it's broken or really tarnished and outdated. Can you imagine that jewelry actually gets outdated? But it does. Anyway, okay, so you set up those 3 boxes with signs on them, and that's another way of helping you manage the task. It's a goal. And if you see those boxes, and this is a key point of this, seeing them, then it reminds you, I need to put at least 3 items into one of these boxes this week. Number 7 is getting a set of boxes, which I've just mentioned, or plastic bins with lids for things that you are going to keep. Now, this is what I want to do for my camping items. And I put all my floor mats, for example, my indoor-outdoor mats that I use for camping. I put them all into one box. And I may not, transport or put those boxes into my vehicle when it comes time for camping. But at least for now, they're organized because I can't use it right now. I can't use it. Unless you have a basement and you set up your tent in the basement, which might be a fun idea. If I had kids, I would definitely do that. I mean, if I had younger kids at home. Anyway, okay, so number 7 is akin to number 6, having the boxes. So that's my 7 tips on how to organize. Now I'm going to tell you a story. And the story is related to the emotional content of downsizing or decluttering. I have so many things that I have made, creative items like drawings and paintings and woodworking items and refinishing furniture. I have so many things. So let me tell you about the duck shelf. The duck shelf was created at a time, a big transition time in my life. I was separated. I didn't know that I was going to be separated. It was a series of events came into my life and actually removed me from an abusive marriage, which was about 17 years. I'm going to stick it out kind of person. I'm a very committed person, sometimes beyond the point of it being good for me to remain committed. So I was separated, and I was actually became a single parent of 2 girls, and I was starting to get depressed because there's a lot of pressures on. My husband and I had a business together, and he fired me from the business, of course. And then he stole away my car, and then he came into the house, snuck into the house, and took away my computer. So he was making it more increasingly difficult for me to look for a job and to get out there and even just to buy groceries. So I kept reeling to all the blows that he was bringing in onto this relationship. So it took me 4 years to realize I have to divorce this person. But during that period, I became very depressed. And a friend of mine said, we need to distract you. We need to give you something new and something different and something to look forward to. And she enrolled me in a toll painting class. And the lady who was conducting the class, her husband did all this working, so he created the wood shelves or boxes or whatever it is that we were going to paint. And I chose this shelf, this duck shelf, and that's how the duck shelf came about. I painted her, I enjoy her, I keep it up. I used to put photographs of my mom and dad up on top of the picture or the shelf. And I've since, categorized all my pictures into a box right now. But that shelf has a lot of sentimental value for me. It's reminiscent of a difficult time, but a surviving time in my life. And so it's hard for me to let that shelf go. So what you do with things like that is, I think you just give it more time. Unless you absolutely have to, get rid of items. Allow yourself that freedom and a bit of grace to just think on it for a while. Maybe somewhere along life's history, I might meet someone who would say, I'd love to have a shelf, or I like that shelf. And then I can give it to somebody who I know appreciates it. That's a possibility. I don't know. So, but the thing is that when there's a really strong emotional component like that, you don't have to be ruthless with yourself and say, that's it, you're doing it, it's going out. I've done that with some items, but I don't feel as emotionally attached to them as I do to this shelf. So right now, the shelf stays. And what will happen in the future? I don't know. Okay, I'm going to end this with one final note, and that is, I bought something for camping, and I can't wait to use it. I can't wait till the weather's good. Hopefully May we'll book our first camping trip, and I am so looking forward to using this new item. And here it is at the end of this video. Doesn't it look great? It's wider than my previous vehicle, so I'm going to have to reconfigure the dimensions in the back, my platform. It's going to give me more storage underneath the platform for different things. So you know what? If you haven't figured this out yet, I actually like organizing. And so decluttering, I don't know. That's a different kind of thing. But I can't wait to organize for camping. So this is definitely something to look forward to. Have you got something like that? Something that you're planning for your camping? You're thinking, I'm going to get to use this. I'm going to go here. I'm going to do this or that. What's your planning like for your camping? Because you know what? Even though there's tons of snow, and we have record snowfalls that are breaking records from 1944, even though there's tons of snow and bad weather, and a lot of people have been experiencing that, we haven't shut our minds down in terms of what we hope for and what we'd like to do for camping. So let me know what your camping plans are. What are you thinking right now? What are you hoping to do? Cheers, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. And who knows? I might actually be able to create some more videos with all this snow and indoor stuff. It's my latest indoor activity. Cheers.